Welcome to the session, guys. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Great, thanks. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss about the Oracle Database Administration demo session. So we are going to start this course from 9th of April. Okay, 9th of April, we are going to start this batch. I'll share those course details also in the same this video description I have mentioned. The duration of this course is totally 40 hours. Per day, 1 hour, only on weekdays, Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. Only on weekdays, we are going to conduct these sessions. So early morning, 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. IST, Indian Standard Time Zone. From 9th April, we are going to start. Okay. And the course fee, we are going to discuss this. Like today, if somebody is going to pay it, they get 1K discount, 1K INR discount they used to get. So after discount, they have to pay 14K INR. Only for today. And tomorrow and after tomorrow, if somebody is going to pay it, they have to pay 15K INR. That is the course fee. Duration 40 hours. For more information, you can join to like ping me or direct call me on this number 9392634440. WhatsApp or direct calls. And reach out to me on the Gmail account like racsinfotech@gmail.com. You can reach out to me. We have a WhatsApp group. You can join. I have shared. I'll share this one this one video description also. Also, I have pasted in these things in my blog as well. And for course index, what are all the topics we are going to discuss? I'll share that as well in my blog, Anjani IST DBA blog. I'll show you that as well. So what are all the topics we are going to discuss and what are the topics we are going to learn as part of this course? This is a high level things. So what I can say, shortcut, complete details about this course. When we are going to start, how much duration, what is the fee, course fee, whom we need to contact and all. Okay. Now we can jump into this one. Oracle Database Administration is a course, one technical, like as an IT, somebody's joined or looking for a job in IT side. Okay. They have a main opportunity. They can learn Oracle Database Administration course and they will get it a job within 3 months or 4 months. To learn these things, it won't take more than 45 days. After learning the 45 days, you have to practice at least 60 days, 2 months. If you are doing continuously per day 2 hours or 3 hours practice, you will get it a job. That's very easy to get a job. So if you want to choose a DBA, why I need to choose a DBA? There is no coding. You don't need to write anything. Whatever the task you learn as part of the training, excuse me. Yeah. Whatever the task you are going to learn, what are all the topics you are going to learn, the same thing you can implement in a real-time projects. 70% unique tasks, unique work, you will get it. There is no like such a, you don't need to write a day by day, a new code. You don't need to write anything. Whatever you learn, you will implement it. That remaining 30% of the tasks, that is, you will get it unexperienced. While you are working, you will get that experience. So 70% is not a simple thing, right? Anybody can able to learn easily. It's a computer background people or non-computer background people, technical background professional, somebody working in a customer care, somebody will work as a technical side, non-technical side, like writing scripts or doing some data entry kind of jobs, right? If they want to move, they are a graduates or they are a postgraduates. Why should they work over there only? They have another option where they can improve their salaries, improve their career, or place their career in IT side. It's very simple thing. People doesn't know about these courses and all things. Most of the peoples, even somebody working in IT, they are in some other technical skills. It could be a small tools, reporting tool or some other cloud tool or some other thing. Small tools they are going to learn and they are getting the jobs. DBA is not a kind of tool. It is a complete technical skill set which is there in IT. It's a database, something like you have started one company. It's a educational one or manufacturing one, anything. The company, whatever the data they have, the purchases, sales, agreements, whatever it is, employee details, everything, they want to store someplace. They need something. Earlier days, they don't have kind of hard disk, they don't have a storages and other things. Whatever the information, initially they written in some normal papers. Before they don't have a papers, they use some other ways to store the information. They write it something on a rock as well, right? Initially days, long back. After that, they have a papers, books and all. Initially, they written on a books, company data. They used to maintain that books and all. Later on, early 20s or early 80s, they introduced the computers and all. Once the computer is in a place, we used the database software. Oracle has been introduced the software in early 80s or 70s. From that day onwards, some of the companies they're investing, they want to store their data into systems. To store the data and retrieve the data, we require some software. That is Oracle database software. Okay, RDBMS. RDBMS is a software. Instead of saving the data into the pages or books, so they cannot store longer period, right? If something happens, some water is fall on that pages, they lost the important data. But in case of you are storing in a computer or hard disks and all, it is like permanent kind of one, right? That's where. So RDBMS is a software, relational database management system. By using this software, we are going to store the data in a specific location. That location we call it as a database. Okay, in between the software and this data, where we are going to store the storage, how we are going to store, how we are going to pick, that is the database task. As an administrator, we need to work on to install the software, we need to do it, and to manage the data which is there into this hard disk or the storage. What I can say, if you are taking the pen drive, hard disk, whatever it is, all are for storing the data, right? That we call it as a database where you have stored the data. So how we are going to manage, who can able to access it? All those things together as a DBA, we need to handle it. That is simple, very simple, right? That is the background of DBA. So this everybody, we are using normally, we are using our phone, right? We are using our phone. We are going to use n number of applications. We are going to manage our photos. We are manage our apps, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, everything we are going to use it, right? For each and everything, we are going to keep the passwords, right? Individually, WhatsApp messages, you are going to put a password. Why you are going to put? That is a privacy, right? You need a privacy, data security. Your family members or your friends, whenever you are going to share your phone with them, they should not use your personal things, right? They should not see or read it, your information. For that, we have an application to lock your WhatsApp. You have to enter the password, then only they can able to see it. Similar way, in a database, we need to use the securities, how to encrypt the data, how to decrypt the data, and also how to provide the security, who can able to access. All together, we are going to manage that managing work. That work, who is going to perform? DBA is going to perform that work. So that is the DBA job. I'll tell you later on as well. We have. So DBA job is that we are real time, regularly and live. We are going to do it regularly, storing the information, storing our home needs, office needs. But we don't know this is one kind of technology. Okay. Who can learn? As I said, anybody can able to learn it easily. Technical background, non-technical background, non-coding background, coding background, anybody can able to learn easily. Okay. And roles and responsibilities, as I said, right? We have a database. We need to install the software, upgrading the software, the database software, RDBMS, relational database management. In a market, we have n number of databases, thousands of or hundreds of databases we are having, database softwares we are having. But number one database software in the market in the globe, which is used now, that's the Oracle software. Oracle software is number one software. More than 70% of the organizations used RDBMS, relational database management system, Oracle RDBMS software. 70% of the organizations are using this software to store their data, managing their data. So if they are using this, they need a DBA to manage that. So we have a job opportunity, right? So 70% of the companies, more than 70% of the companies using this Oracle database, then we have a job security also there, right? We have a job opportunity. It is a permanent kind of, and there is no like seasonal kind of technology. It is not a seasonal kind of technology. It's a permanent technology. Okay. It is not a kind of tool. It is not a kind of 1 month you can learn, and then after 5 months or 6 months, or after 2 years or 3 years, if it is, we may lose this technology and all. No, it is a permanent one. Without the database, how they are going to, companies going to store their data, how they are going to manage it, until unless we are having a technology, we are having the organizations, if they want to keep their data security, if they want to maintain their data in their organizations, DBA is required. This is the permanent. That too, we have n number of database administrators. Suppose we are using Oracle database software, we are going to manage, we call it as a Oracle DBA. And somebody used the Microsoft Windows operating system. Okay, they call it as MS SQL DBA or else SQL DBA. Or somebody used IBM DB2 database. Then they call it as a IBM DB2 DBA. So n number of databases is there. Then why we need to choose Oracle? Oracle is the number one in the leader in the market. More than 70% of the organizations globally, they are using this Oracle database. So Oracle DBA, we are having more opportunities. Security wise, you have a job security as well. Salary wise, you will get more salary. We will discuss later on this part as part of that course and all. More examples, more job opportunities and all. Responsibilities: manage the software, install the software, creating the users, applying the patches, doing the clone. We have the course index is there, right? That course index, we call it as the roles and responsibilities. We'll discuss those things. Very simple and straightforward roles and responsibilities. Prerequisites. Okay, I decided to go with Oracle DBA course. What is the prerequisites? What I need to learn first? Nothing. I can say nothing. You can straight away join this course, and then we will teach you the basic knowledge of these things. SQL knowledge, basic SQL, like what is mean by the select query, what is mean by the insert query, means DDL commands, DML commands, okay, and other commands, TCL commands. So these commands will be the select, insert, update, delete, truncate, or some other things, alter commands. Those we are going to learn. Straightforward questions, I mean straightforward thing. And basic Unix commands. If you are using operating system, when this course has been designed with Linux operating system, we are using operating system is OS is Linux, and database software is RDBMS, Oracle RDBMS software, 19C RDBMS software. We'll talk about that. So how to install this RDBMS software and how to create the database and how to install the Linux is not our job, but as part of this course, I'm going to show you that as well. For Linux operating system management, we have separate team will be there. That is Unix admin, OS admin team, OS admin. We are database admins. We are database admins. So this job is different and this job is different. So two different skill set in the market. If you know how to handle the operating system like Linux commands, copy, paste, how we are going to copy the information, how we are going to create a directories kind of one, how we are going to manage the operating system level, those we will discuss. That is the basic thing. So only couple of 20 or 30 commands will be there, like ls command, ts command, okay, vi command, simple commands will be there. That we will take it as part of that session, basic DBA session. I'll cover this part and this part. So there is no prerequisite, nothing. You can straight away learn the register for the course and then you can learn it. Anybody can able to learn it directly. There is no kind of prerequisites. In case of development side, you need to learn multiple skill set, right? Multiple languages you need to write and multiple scripting languages you need to write. All those together, right? It will take a lot of time. Other tools. That too, if you learn something, right, outside market, you learn some a booming technology or booming one. In DevOps, you are going to take one example. I don't want to comment it. In DevOps, we have n number of tools, like multiple tools combination. We call it as a DevOps one, like continuous integration and continuous CD development thing, CI/CD pipelines. That is huge. But in case of Oracle, there is no limits for DevOps. Okay, you are going to learn something, keep on, they are going to add it new tools. But in case of DBA, you have certain kind of limits. You know the boundaries, what you need to learn. So once you know the boundary, you can plan to achieve the end. If you don't know the boundary, how you are going to do that? Like if you are going to swim in a swimming pool, you know the starting point and ending point, but you are going to swim that in a ocean, there is no end point, right? That's a way we have to take a clarity, which technology we are going to plan, which technology we are going to learn. First, we need to know end to end. What is mean by this? What is the future of this technology? How many years this technology will be there? But in case of Oracle database, we have at least 15 years down the line. We have whatever you are going to learn, you can work the same thing in the next 15 years. After that, the same thing will be there, but they are going to make it some advanced one, automations. They are going to integrate with some cloud. On cloud, how you are going to handle the databases, that we need to learn. That's it. End of the day, the motto of the database is to store the data, retrieve the data. How we are going to manage the database, who can able to access, how we are going to restrict the access for others. That's it, simple, right? And the database architecture we are going to discuss with, like how we are going to, what are all the, once you install the database software, what are all the topics inside of that? So we are going to cover that as well, architecture part. And course index, it's straightforward topics. How many topics I'm going to see it? Around 13, yeah, 13 topics we have. That's it. Only 13 topics in a database. High level. These first 5 are very simple things. You don't need to bother about it. Later on, these 5 and these 3, 8 topics only you need to focus. That's it. That out of 8 also, this one is you will gain as per your experience. I'll give you the basic performance tuning tools which you are going to use it, how to read the reports. Those I used to give. This will come as part of your experience. Only 7 topics. Only 7 topics we are having as part of DBA. If you are full-fledged putting your efforts to learn this, what is mean by these 7 topics, then you are very, very well settled in IT job. You will get it as an IT job. Only one thing is, to get a job in DBA freshers, it will get bit difficult to get a job in fresher. At least 2 years experience market, they are going to ask you. Even a freshers, very rarely we used to get it, but experienced on daily basis, you can see it on job portals. Oracle DBA required 2 years experience, 3 years experience, 4 years experience, up to 18 or 20 years of experience. You used to see that. That is only one thing. Okay. The topics wise, 12C database and 19C database versions. So for each and every software, we should have one version, right? Suppose if you can take one example of mobile phone, iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4 series will be there. Now latest one is 15, I guess. 16 also they are going to launch it soon. Similar way, database also, it started in early 80s and 70s. Then the version of the 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now the latest version they released in the market, we are using 19C is the long-term support. And then 23C also they released. In between 21 is there, 21C. C means cloud. Okay, cloud versions. So 21C is there. This one for only for POC's purpose or demo kind of one. If you want to do POCs and other things, proof of concepts, that purpose only they given. This is not for the projects. 19C and 23C. This is the latest long-term support version up to 2032. April or July, we have the support. Now it's 2024. Next 8 years, this software they are going to support it. After that, they may extend it up to 2035 also. By that time, they will release some other 24 or 25, some other version. Oracle keep on increasing their, like, working on their versions. They are going to upgrade those versions. If you can talk about this 19C, most of the people recently they have released in the same this month, April only, they have announced we can use this 23C for our production servers. So till now we use 19C only. 19C, most of the customers, they are using 19C databases. 19C RDBMS software, Oracle RDBMS software. It's a licensed one. Okay. Oracle RDBMS is licensed one. Okay, we are going to see the differences between 12C and 19C. Also, I'll spoke with 23C features as well, latest thing. And DBA roles and responsibilities, we will discuss separately one topic. And what are the tools we require? Suppose if you want to do something, you want to do some house construction one, right? You required so many things, right? What are the prerequisites to build a house? We required specific measurements, architecture we required. Once you have an architecture, we need so on tools. We required cement, bricks, or wood if you are making these things, and so on, right? Those are the prerequisites to build a house. Similarly, if you want to do as a DBA job, what are all the things we required? What are the tools we are going to use it? That we are going to discuss about these things. Prerequisites I mentioned, basic SQL commands, Linux OS commands, operating system commands, I'll share those as well as part of this topic. And VirtualBox, Linux operating system and database installation. VirtualBox is something like this. This is Oracle VirtualBox. Suppose if I want to install Linux operating system in my current Windows machine, this is my Windows machine. If I want to install the operating system Linux, can I do that in a single system, 2 operating systems? In normal words, we cannot, but we have separate way we can do it. Single, what I can say, 2 operating systems in one machine, we can do it. But at a time, we can use only one operating system. We cannot use both. That is one thing. If you want to install multiple operating systems, that is different scenario. That we may not able to do it properly. That's where if you want to install multiple operating systems in a single system, we require some virtual boxes or virtual machines we required. So we have Oracle VM is there, virtual machine. We can create n number of machines. We can use each machine as one operating system. I can install Linux operating system here. On top of that, my database. I can install Windows. On top of that, Oracle database I can install. I can install DB2, DBA, or some other Solaris operating system. I can install my RDBMS over there. So I can create n number of machines according to my space, storage, and memory. For that purpose, we need virtual machine. How to install this virtual machine, how to create these individual machines, I'll show you everything. On top of that, once I have created the machine, how I need to install my Linux operating system. On top of Linux operating system, so I need to create one machine. So to install my database, I require one server, right? That is database server, I can call it as. Here we have racks 1, racks 2, racks 3, right? I can make it racks 4. Racks for one machine I need to create. Click on this new option and create a machine. After that, I need to install. Directly the machine will work. If I want to do anything, I cannot do anything, right? Suppose you took a laptop without operating system. Can you handle it? Can you do anything? No, right? Similarly, this is my empty server. But this server is holding some memory, storage, processor. All together, I'm going to use it. This one only. I cannot do anything without this information, right? Empty server. How to create? I can create like this, racks 4. In this server, I need to install the operating system is base. Without the operating system, we cannot install anything. Not the database, not any applications. Anything we cannot able to install without this operating system. This operating system we are using Linux. Okay, Linux operating system. On top of this Linux operating system, I need to install database software, DB software. On top of this DB software, I'll create a database. This is called our database. As a DBA, we need to do only this job and this one, database software installation, database creation. This is DBA job. This is Linux installation. Linux management is taken care by the OS admin, separate admin. And to provide this empty machine and their memory, storage, everything maintained by the network or storage admins, separate admins. But in case of our training, we are going to take it up everything. We don't have a separate OS. We don't have a separate storage management team. That's where we are going to do it everything. But in real time, we are going to handle only this database software installation and the database software configuration and manage this database. That's it. That is our job. Okay. This I'll show you end to end, like from the starting onwards, I'm going to show it everything. And next one, where it is. Here. How to connect the database. Once you have installed the software, how to connect it? Different ways. You can use the PuTTY software or SQL developer. Once you connected the PuTTY, how to connect with the SQL prompt to do the SQL jobs. That I'll show you. User management. You have created the database. One database you have installed, that is done. The database portion is completed. Operating system ready, database software is, database is ready. Then we need to provide, only DBA can able to access now. What is the use if you are using as a DBA only having this database access? What about our developers, whatever the application teams, whatever our clients, they want to access our database, right? The server, they want to access and they want to store that information. So we need to create individual accounts. For developers, we are going to provide one kind of user account and access. Application team, we are going to provide one kind of access. They are going to connect with this database and they will store their data into this database. As and when they require, they can retrieve the data. That's the purpose we are going to provide. As a DBA, we need to take care of this user management, creating the users, providing the required privileges, required the profile we need to create it. All those things we are going to discuss. And the table space and storage management. Suppose you have created a database. You have like 10 GB initially you have used for storage. All these users connected and they are going to store their data. The 10 GB is filled out. Then if they want to write something newly, we don't have a storage, right? We need to add it. Okay, we need to add one more, like 1 GB extra, 2 GB extra, 12 GB if you want to make it, 2 GB extra, you need to add it. How you are going to add it? How you are going to manage that storage? Who will give the storage? That we are going to take it up as part of table space and storage management. That is the one, very, very simple. Now, the backup and recovery. Say, okay, this part is done, right? We are able to create the databases and we are going to manage it. But we need our clients, our application team, development teams need to connect to the database, right? We need to create their user accounts and then providing the required roles. That is also done. And we have given the sufficient storage to them. They want to write their data, right? We need to give some, like suppose you have an example. You are going to give an examination. You are going to write some examination. You require some additions, right? You required some additions, certain kind of additions, whatever the question paper you required. Question paper is there. If you want to write the information, you require the booklet or the question papers, whatever the information you want to write. As a DBA, we are going to provide it, these things. Okay. Here in this case, we are talking about the software and storage. That's done. Everything is done. They are going to write it. That is fine. But these guys are connected to this database and they are going to do it. By mistakenly, this application team, one person, instead of inserting the data, means writing the data, they deleted the data directly on the database. So some data is going to lose it, right? How we are going to manage that data? How we are going to get it, the data? So as a DBA, we need to secure that data, right? So this concept will come into the picture, backups and recovery. So daily, whatever the data on our database, we need to take into one tapes or hard disks, external hard disks. We are going to take this backups. How we are going to take different methods, we are going to use it. That we are going to, as a DBA, we need to take the backups. And in this scenario, they have deleted some information. We need to restore it back, deleted information. How we are going to restore it and recover it? That will separate topic. That is one job done. And patching. Okay, backups and everything is fine. Why we need this patching concept? Simple, right? We have a database. This is running healthy. Everybody able to access it. Suddenly, this development team is saying, I'm unable to do certain kind of operation, certain kind of insert, certain kind of deletes, or my application is, or my development application is not connecting to this database. They are raising their query. There could be something, right? In a software level, there could be some issues. RDBMS software is not compatible with the development team, whichever they have developed some information, the information is trying to store into this database that is not compatible. So that is not going to allow to store that data. That we call it as an issue or bug. To fix that issue or bug, we need to apply a patch. To overcome this issue, Oracle, we need to contact the Oracle team. Hey, my development team is trying to do something. This is our database is not working. It is not allowing. What is the issue? Could you please help me on this? We are going to raise an SR, service request with Oracle. They are going to look into our case and they are going to suggest, okay, I understand your scenario. You can apply this patch to your database. Then they can able to do it. That patching is nothing but to fix a particular bug. And more, so much of information is there to provide the security, right? Suppose you have your phone, you have purchased it today. Okay, you purchased your phone today and keep on some updates will come into your phone, right? Your OS has been, so latest version is available. Can you upgrade? Can you do this tonight, tomorrow, something like, right? Why we are getting these alerts? Whatever the phone, Android or iOS, whatever we are going to use it, that operating system team is continuously working on their issues. Continuously, they are going to upgrade new features. They are going to add it new functionality. That functionality in iPhone or Android phone, whichever you are going to use it, we know that, right? We are using the same situation. You convert it to your database language. Oracle also, Oracle software, like Oracle software level, Oracle team is going to continuously working on their functionality, continuous working on their security. Somebody is trying to hack your database. They will work on that part as well. Vulnerabilities, if anything is there, then Oracle is going to identify such kind of scenarios in advance and they are going to provide that fix-ups. that new functionality in the form of patching. Every 3 months once, they're going to release it. That activity, we call it as a patching activity. Okay, how we are going to do it, we will see that. Cloning, very simple. Clone means I have this information here. I have one server. Everybody is trying to connect to this server. They are doing development, they are doing production activity, live activities, everything they are doing in the server. So can we handle this production like very healthily? We cannot, right? Some simple example. You have n number of photos in your phone. 1,000 photos is there. Out of 1,000, you like one day you thought about this. 100 photos are not required for me. Those are wasting of storage, or if I want to free up of those things. So how you are going to, by default, you have 1,000 photos is there. Out of 1,000, you are going to delete it 100. Directly, you are going to delete from the 1,000. By mistakenly, you have deleted, instead of one photo, number one number, you have deleted third number photo. You don't have a security, right? If you want to do this kind of testings, delete the information, doing some advanced functionalities, doing some demo kind of things, and directly production, you cannot do live data. You cannot do. For that purpose, we need to copy the exact data, whatever it is there in this server, to another server. Okay, another server. Copy of the identical copy of this production server to another server. That activity, we call it as a clone. And we are going to do it, the data to here, and our developer team, application functionality teams, they are going to test it. That 100 record, they are going to delete it here. Once that is perfect, the data is perfect, then they will move this data to production side. So to do the new functionality development, any bug fixes, anything, we should not apply directly on the production. For that purpose, we need to clone the production data to non-production servers, and we can do the testings on the servers. That activity, we call it as a clone activity. How we are going to do it, we will see it. Very simple thing, right? Then performance tuning. So we have this database, and all users are connecting. Load is high, very, very high on our database server day by day. Initially 100 users connected, later on 200 users are connected to this database. Load is going to increase. So we need to tune it where exactly the database is going to slow. How we are going to improve the performance. That things we need to do it as part of experience. That we call it as performance tuning related things. And ASM, automatic storage management and data guard. These are like ASM is the storage where you want to manage the shared storage as part of rack instances. You can use it. In that time, you have 2 node racks, both instance trying to access in a single or shared everything architecture in a rack. So we can use ASM storage for performance, availability. So much of functional useful we have if you are using ASM storage. Data guard is to protect your production data. So this is running in India. Something happened in your data center. This database has been down. So your production is down. Obviously, your business is going to lose, right? In that case, to protect your production database, you have to configure similar architecture in different location. It is in India. You can make it in a nearby country. Either you can take UAE. In UAE, you can create one more database similar to this. You can implement the replication of current transactions from India server to here. If something goes wrong, it is down, we will make it this server, UAE server, as a primary or production server. So our business will not have that much of downtime, might be in a few of minutes or few of seconds. So that is called high availability. It is not up to the mark high availability, but yeah, we can make it one in the server. The same scenario, if you don't have this UAE server, if you want to make it up, you may take hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So business will be lost. But you have another server in different location, you can make it immediately in a minutes, 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And then business will be, might be 1 or 2 minutes downtime will be there. But rest of the time, high availability purpose. That is data guard concept. And database upgrade. As I said, we have as of now 19C, most of them are using. Now Oracle has been released 23C software. You have to upgrade from 19C to 20C3. How we are going to do this upgrade? Some of the customers, they are using 12C database versions. They need to upgrade to 12C to 19C or 12C to 23C. This major upgrade, we call it as. How we are going to do that? That I am going to cover it. and frequently asked interview questions. We are going to take a mock interviews, and we are going to conduct sharing some of the interview questions which have faced previous my students and previous experienced persons which they have. And CV preparation, that is very, very important. If your resume or CV is not properly configured or prepared, you will not get interview calls. So I'll give you the tips and tricks for CV preparation as well. And whatever the topics we are going to cover, everything I'm going to discuss as part of real-time scenarios. In a live, how we are going to work, what kind of issues we have faced, everything we are going to cover it. So all together, all these topics, we will take 40 hours. And this is a RAC course. Yeah, thank you. If you have any queries, and one more thing before going to this live course, I'm going to provide it on share drive. I'm going to provide the access to you on day by day, one by one, like session 1, day 31, day 25. I'm going to prepare it. We have one more latest job, this one, January 1, day 1, day 2, day 3 sessions. I'm going to provide you the Google Drive access 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year. You will get this access after the session. If you missed any one of that session, you can go through this. You can go through that previous session before attending this. Also, we have this. If you want to see the course content in my blog, anjani.appsdba, you can go through it for the RAC database course and Oracle database course index. Everything I have posted here. Also, I'm going to upload latest information on my YouTube channel. That's Racsinfotech. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe it for. If it is useful to you, you can subscribe it. All that database related information, I'm going to post it. Okay. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm ready to take it.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you. For course fees and other things, if how you are going to payments and all, ping me on one WhatsApp. I have shared that number also, I think. Here is the number. Where? Here it is. You can ping me on WhatsApp so that I can answer you, or else you can text me it on mail. I'll respond back to you the payment modes and other things. Okay, that is one thing. Yeah, whatever the things I'm going to cover it, we are going to take it everything on virtual machines. I'll show you on live. Like I have this DevDB core database. If I want to connect it to this Oracle, I'm going to connect with Oracle user. Let it open. So this is a virtual machine. Inside of that virtual machine, I have installed it, the database 19C. So I want to see my IP address 148. Let me take this. If config, I want to see my IP, which IP it is going to run in 56.145. I want to connect that IP outside of the virtual machine. So how I want to go in, connect Oracle? Yes, it is. See here. I connected this 145.1. Set the color, any one of that. This one, pink or light pink, or this thing we can use it. This is my database one. We can see how many database running on this server. PSI2 test one. We don't have any databases running as of now. So I want to start my database. Command not found. So environment is not set for this. How we are going to set the environment? etc. Vara tab. We can see what all the instance we are having. DevDB is my SID. This is there. So 19C1 and this one UATDB also there. It is in 21C database version. I need to set the environment for my dev environment. Done. Now if I connect it to SQL, if I'm not writing this completely, SQL plus is DBA. This is a short name. If I want to do it, you can do it in bash profile. Otherwise, you can use SQL plus as is DBA to connect your SQL prompt. Yes, I have connected. Ideal instance. Database is not running. I'm going to start my database. Startup is the command to start my database. It won't take much. Yeah, done. Now my database is running. Earlier I used ps-f pipegrep command, right? Now you can see here. This is my database instance is running. Now if I want to see, select name comma open underscore mode. What is my database name and what is the status of my database? Which mode it is there? From $database. See, my database name is DevDB and it is in read write mode. Now it is open mode. Anybody can able to connect it. This is the one, how we are going to install the software. This one, select query. This is for DBA, we need to write this query, right? This is not writing the query, it is already existing query. How we are going to use that select command, that's it. And ls-ltr is the OS command, df-kh, how many mount points we are having. In Linux operating system, we talk about the mount points, but the same thing, if you are talking about a Windows, C drive, D drive, E drive, or drives we have, right? So Windows, we call it as a drivers, but in Linux operating system, we call it as a mount points. Only one difference. Inside of these mount points, we are having folders. Like in Windows language, we call it as a folders. In Linux language, we call it as a directory. Backup is my directory. Inside of my backup directory, I have some information. So this is my information. So these are all the basic commands: cd command, df-kh command, ls command, ls-ltr command. These are Linux commands. I'll teach you these things also, around 20 to 30 commands. We can easily, 1 day or 2 days, if you can practice it, you can learn that things. Yeah, that's all from this course, guys. If you have any
Hi,
questions.
sir. Marvin this side.
Yeah.
So, do you also provide rack configuration? Do you
Yes,
have
that is a
lecture?
separate course. Yeah, that is a separate course. This is a morning batch, that is evening batch. IST times what I'm talking about. We used to, like 3-node rack, we are going to practice it. Initially, if you can go with the 2-node, and later on we can add 1 more. So everything we are going to cover it.
So
Rack
for
is a
that,
separate.
sir, I have to join another class.
Exactly.
Okay.
That course also I have posted here. What are the topics we are going to cover it in my blog, also in this video description I'm going to provide. Rack course, this one. The batch is going to start 9th April, 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. IST. These are all the modules or topics we are going to cover as part of the rack. Total 12, 12 modules is there, 12 topics in rack, 13 topics in core.
Okay, sir. If anyone want to join both classes, then
Yeah, this is the morning time, right? This is 7:30 p.m. AM, 7:30 AM core database, 7:30 p.m. rack database. If somebody wants to join both, they can join morning and evening.
okay, got it.
Morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour. Only on weekdays.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. You'll get some discounts as well for both. If somebody registered for both the courses, they will get some discounts. Ping me on one-on-one. We'll discuss those things. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, guys, then. Thank you.